It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Saugatuck Brewing Company, and it's a can of their Oval Beach Blonde Ale, coming in at 5% ABV. 330ml can, or 355ml can I should say, and this was sent to us by our channel sponsors beersofeurope.co.uk. Without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. It's rather echoey in here now, and I'll tell you why in a moment. I am over the moon, not quite over the moon that we have an echo, because that's just another problem, isn't it? But I'm kind of glad there's an echo, in a weird way. I can work with the echo. So, anyway, beer in the glass. We got a one finger white head. Good levels of slow moving carbonation. Little bit of haze in the bottom of the glass. Golden amber coloured beer. Slight bit of sediment there floating around in the glass. Yeah, the beer was sent to us by beersofeurope.co.uk, our channel sponsors for the last 10 or so years. Absolutely fantastic company. You can pick this up from their website. Or I have seen it recently after I ordered it from Beers of Europe. I've seen it in a few bagging shops. So I don't know what the deal is there, because it's an American craft beer. But anyway, 5% ABV. Let's get the aroma. The beer looks good. Grassy, nettly. It's got the aroma of a golden ale. Blonde, golden. In Britain we call them golden ales. Around Europe they're kind of generally called blonde ales, and America they're blonde ales. You don't really see many golden ales in America or Europe for that matter. But quite traditional, to be honest. It's almost like an English, British kind of golden ale aroma to it rather than a blonde. Very grassy and a little bit citrusy. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yeah, I think Saugatuck Brewing Company here, I think they would have done really well in calling this a golden ale. Perhaps they should have brewed this British golden ale style, or called it this golden ale style, because for me it is a British golden ale. It's, when you think of blonde, you think of Belgian blonde, you think of them wonderful kind of yeast esters coming through, but it's not quite there. It's drinking more of a malty, stinging nettle, hoppy, bitter beer. So the stinging nettle is a close cousin to the hop. And traditionally, before brewers used hops, they would have used stinging nettles to preserve their beer. And it would have lasted a lot longer than kind of without using stinging nettles. And the reason why they started using hops, the hops are a direct cousin to the stinging nettle, hence why some hops taste a little bit like stinging nettle, like the hops we have in this beer. I can see why the beer has ended up in bag-in bin value shops in the UK. I think people who know their beer, who know certain styles of beer, have picked this up expecting something else. It's about trying to override it in your mind. It's about trying to say, actually, I can live with it if I live with it in my mind as a golden ale. But I can't really live with it as a Belgian blonde, because it's really not that. It's not even close to Leffe, which Leffe blonde, for me, you can buy it everywhere. It's a bit kind of the go-to blonde ale, and if you want to taste a kind of very simple Belgian blonde ale, it would be Leffe blonde. But it's okay. I feel like I need to talk about this echo a minute, just to get it out of the way. So some of you on the channel previously might be watching. Our wall here, kitchen wall, adjoins to our neighbour. It's a very old terraced house, and when they built these houses there was no insulation whatsoever. So I've been up in the last month insulating above that ceiling. Now some of you might remember the video or the live stream where I talked about insulating along the top of that ceiling there, between the joists, to try and get some privacy, really. We can hear each other talking. So as it happens, I bought a roll of rock wool, used half of it, doing my half, and then builders have gone in since then, next door, and they're fitting new ceilings, they're fitting new kitchen, they're redoing the kitchen next door. So I thought, right, okay, I'll have a chat with the neighbour. We get on very well. Let's see if she'll let me in the house with some rock wool. Took a little bit of convincing. I don't quite understood what I wanted to do, but I said, look, I'll show you when we're done. So I fitted all of this insulation before the builders got there, because I don't like to tread on people's toes. I don't like confrontation, and I don't really want to explain myself what I'm trying to do. And because they're builders, they're kind of odd job builders, you know, they don't really kind of understand insulation and kind of soundproof and all this kind of stuff, which is absolutely fine, by the way. So I went in nice and early, soundproofed her wall in between the joists, in between the ceiling joists. Come in here now, I put the music on full blast in the kitchen, and I called it, and she said, I can still hear it, but the Sonos was on full blast. So I called it in and I said, the reason why you can still hear it is because it's full blast. I said, and it's not even that loud in your house. It's not too bad. But the result of all of this is that it's created an echo. That's a very, very good thing. That's a very, very good sign. It means that we are now, for the first time in 120 years since this house has been built, there's a little bit of privacy going on. There's a little bit of kind of, we don't hear each other talking anymore. I just got to hope the builders leave it alone. They're about to plasterboard the ceiling. I've made sure the rock wool's not in their way. But some people can get a bit finicky, can't they? What I said was, I told her to say that the landlord sent somebody round, a sound insulation guy round, to put a bit of insulation in because we could hear each other talking. I said, for goodness sake, don't say it was me who's been in. I kind of know the builder, and I don't want to be involved with it, to be honest. So in, out, shake it all about, get the rock wool in, bang, we have an echo, which is a very good thing. It means we're in, you guys are probably better at acoustics than me. It means I get a bit of privacy. So that's the explanation for the sound, the echo, and my jubilance when I can hear my own echo in this rather cavernous house now because all the walls are down. Hello! I think it's an okay beer, this. Going back to the beer, it's an okay beer. It's not going to blow your socks off. I think if you go in a pound shop or somewhere like that, I think you can pick it up for about £1. It's really the wrong style. It's really been named wrong. Or really, if they want to call it a Belgian blonde, maybe they should at least put a little bit of Belgian yeast in there to make it a Belgian blonde. Or just call it an English golden ale. If they call this an English golden ale, it'd be absolutely fine. 5% ABV, let's rate it then. Saugatuck Brewing Company, just picture it. You're on the beach, water on your toes and the wind in your hair. There's a breeze coming in over the lake and all you can smell is fresh air. The sun warm on your face and you're completely relaxed. Yeah, absolutely, that's my type of thing. That's my type of thing completely. Water, hops, yeast and water. American craft beer then, available from beersofeurope.co.uk. The link is in the description box of this video. As it's not a blonde beer and they've called it a blonde beer, I'm going to have to rate it as a blonde beer. So I'm going to give it a very poor 5 out of 10. But if you were able to buy this in a bargain shop and clear the shelf and just told yourself it was a golden ale, I think you guys could live with it. Thanks for watching. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.